This is pear-shaped in Dystopia. Every Wednesday night at 8:30. Yes, it's pear-shaped, and we hope you'll come to see us and don't be late. Yes, it's pear-shaped. It's just a favor to come in, and we hope that you'll be coming back again to pear-shaped in Dystopia. Every Wednesday night at 8:30.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Pear-shaped in Dystopia, London's second worst comedy club. Episode 8. Comedy, episode 8. 8. That's it, 8. I'm Brian. This is Crystal. I do everything here. This is my baby. Crystal just sort of gets in the way and fucks up all the techie stuff and begs for money. So that's all she does.
Makes cynical comments every now
and she's sarcastic. The lowest form. They call it humour. It's not humour. It's just viciousness. So she's the cold, hard, vicious.
Only to you.
To me. So this is Crystal. So now you know what she's like. Just sort of pretend she's not there, and I'll do all the good stuff. All right. La 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 la. Can you think of any jokes?
No. I don't have a sense of humour, so it's
Well, of course.
doing jokes isn't really much good, is it?
I agree.
And we hate double acts as well. We don't want to be
We can't stand double. Jesus Christ!
I mean,
yeah.
you know, one of them says something.
Yeah, and
funny,
the other one says something.
The other one says something funny.
And then the first one says something else.
And then they go, "Oh, look at you, you're funny."
Oh, yeah, you're funny.
And then they have a bit of banter.
Funny hair, haven't you? Who cut hair?
And
Yourself.
And
The jokes like that, you know. Is she with you? Oh dear, oh, you're punching above you.
You're just punching. Really.
Yeah, you're punching her.
We don't do any of that.
No, we don't.
We hate double acts.
We hate double act, and the other thing we hate is banter. Yeah, all right, mate. Can you imagine being at a bus stop and going, all right, mate, all right, how are you doing? Are you wait for a bus, are you? When you fucking, do you like a bit of banter? You know, we don't do any of that, so
I mean, mostly because I don't like people. I don't know about you, but I don't like people.
She doesn't like people.
I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to know anything about them.
Yeah, and I don't like banter. So it's fuck them.
Mind you, having said that, I do like it when they donate money.
Oh no, you're not talking about money again.
See, down here, it's much smaller than the other weeks. It's smaller.
Yeah, because
it still works.
It was blocking my head out.
Yeah, it's blocking his head out. So I like people when they.
And if anybody wants their head blocked out, it's you, isn't it? It's not me. Not that I'm being sexist.
So, I mean, apart from people who give us money, I'm not really. I don't really.
Also, my mate Dave might be watching this. We were going to do it, but actually, this song we've been doing for years. We've made millions out of this song, and Dave actually wrote it, but I've never given him the credit for it. So
we did it a couple of weeks ago.
I know we did it a couple of weeks ago, but Dave is watching, and I said, look, Dave, we're going to do your song. He's watching. He watches every week. He might not be online yet because it starts at 8:00, and 8:30
it starts.
8:30, yeah. and he goes, I'll go on the internet thing at 8:25, and it's 5 to 9. He's still not fucking online.
Yeah,
this is episode 8. He still hasn't got on properly, so he might not be here now. But I'll do it for a minute because he's old, and you never know how long he's going to last.
We might die before the end of the show. You think?
It's possible. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, we better do it then.
We might die before the end of the show.
Oh, we're definitely going to die before the end of the show.
Anyway, this is for Dave and dog lovers everywhere. Dog lovers. Woof. You're a bit of a looker, aren't you? Woof. girlfriend. She hates me, she won't come at all. Me, my dog, we're the best of friends. Me and my dog, we're the best of friends. Trying to get doggy. What? Trying to get doggy. Where? Doggy. Sitting there barking. Yeah. Yeah. That's rough. He loves me, he needs me, he comes when I call. My girlfriend, she hates me, she won't come. I'm doing it.
Yeah, it's time for the first act.
Yeah, it is. It is time for the first act. It is the first act.
It's Robert White.
It's Robert White, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only.
It's the 12th day of isolation lockdown fully, and the virus is said to be a 12-day week. 11 ways I've tried to reorganise my stationery drawer even though I've got no work to do. 10 adverts and subscriptions for things I don't need anymore, like train tickets. 9 attempts to diversify online. 8 everything in the fridge. 7 things I've seen in real life which I only saw before in a sci-fi disaster movie. 6 minutes out of bed. 5 meltdowns. 4 too long. 3 items only. 2 many podcasts. And a single shower this entire week.
That was Robert White. Welcome to Pear Shaped, which now says at the bottom, support a starving comedian. That's a bit of an exaggeration. I don't think the Joseph Roundtree Foundation needs to be called in just yet. But you know, if you don't ask, don't care. There's more stupid things online. There's Don Waters revamped the Gong Show along the lines of Pear Shaped and Dystopia, so you can now do the Gong Show for the Comedy Store and be gonged off in a format where basically there's no one to shout at you. It's just a load of noise on the internet, so I don't know how it works. But you know, I don't want to put up anyone's ambitions. If it goes well, he will book you for a Thursday in 2027, when the store is actually open again. I'm sure it'll, I won the Gong Show once, so it is possible. So sometimes a completely random system can throw off a statistical outlier. Good. So, yes, welcome to Pear Shape, the comedy equivalent of signing on. I used to sign on, it was great fun. I used to go in there, they say things, are you looking for work? And I say, no, I come to the job centre because it's a great place to socialise and meet people. I'm hoping to get off with someone, have children, and bring them up on the estate. And that didn't go down very well. But it's kind of things on the internet take a while to get going now, don't they? But I'm hoping this will turn into like Bitcoin, where enough people have bought into it that despite the fact it's complete rubbish and you can't spend it anywhere, and it has no fungible value whatsoever as a currency, enough people have bought into it that it'll create a speculative bubble, and then it'll explode as a speculative bubble. The thing about Bitcoin is that people always express their profits in Bitcoin in pounds and pence, and I just think, well, if it's such a great currency, then why are you expressing it not in Bitcoins? Because that would be logical. But I suppose you've got to start somewhere, haven't you? So it's been an interesting week. Prince Philip is in hospital again. Prince Philip is often held in hospital as a precaution. You'll hear Prince Philip is held in hospital as a precaution. This is because, the Queen is kept in perfect health all the time. So basically, if Prince Philip isn't held in hospital as a precaution now and again, she'll be shooting them out like machine gun bullets and they'll take over. So she's just stuffed with stem cells by the NHS 24/7. Good. That's a link. So we are. Have children. That's my other advice for the week, because we have an ageing population. So if you young people don't have children, there'll be no one to pay your pension. That's what the politicians tell us anyway. What they don't tell you is the children that are being born also getting fatter and fatter. So if you work it out as a volume to surface area ratio, there's as many children now as in 1945. So by 2150, there'll just be one enormous Billy Bunter child the size of Bulls Cathedral, and you'll all be working to support that. That's why people had to camp outside there to prevent that happening, which was a load of nonsense. I mean, I'm an old lefty, but I think there should be minimum qualifications for protest. Like, you should have to be awake. Because if falling asleep in the middle of the City of London was an effective form of political protest, I did that in my office opposite the Bank of England for 5 years, and I don't understand why it didn't bring down economic neoliberalism. I just got made redundant. Anyway, so there we are. Children are great. I think the world would be better run by children, because they might not have the skills, but if you think of, say, for example, Donald Trump, the difference between Donald Trump and children is that children would actually give up on a lie at some point. There would come a point where they just give up and say, yeah, actually, that didn't happen. Good, so this is a link, I think, I'll put the next act on, because there's a limit to how much hilarity you can generate on this medium, particularly when it's only Alan that I could hear. And I think that must be 5 minutes. If it isn't, I want someone to shoot me. So can we have some love and appreciation for the next act, please, who's the wonderful Voice Bailey.
Is it my turn? Is it me?
Yes.
It's fun, isn't it? Hello, motherfuckers! This is the best fucking lockdown ever! Fucking no feedback or laughter. I've been training for this for fucking decades. The best thing about this is a lot of comedians haven't been able to perform, and I fucking hate them. Fucking pricks. Another bit of advice I'd learned is never let the smell of your own cock ruin a wank. It's just a bit of lockdown thing. That's the no laughter I've come used to. Boo! Fucking hell. Sound effect went on for longer than I expected, but what I'm doing here is padding for time because I haven't really got the material. The important thing is to remember is if you can't be racist in your own home, then where can you be? And guess where I am, motherfuckers? In my own home. So let's get on it. Oh, I love that phrase, can't be racist. What man or woman, I guess, these days? What kind of a prize cunt actually cannot relax unless he's being racist in his own home? Like he comes home from work and he's all, Sharon, where's the boot polish, Sharon? Oh, I hate modern life. If you can't be racist in your own, oh, thanks, Sharon. Oh, that's better as he blacks up. Oh, no. Such a hard day at work. He gets on his jam jar. Oh, that's the sort of response I wanted for that. This is weird. Another thing that's getting mental from racism, who gives a fuck about links? Just fucking go for it. Cheers, Duvel's tasty. Fucking shopping online, that's what I've been doing. And I saw a 1-star review for some garlic. What fucking psychopath? Just fucking, was garlic not good enough? Were you a vampire? Class stuff. Another thing we've all learned, if you've got kids, is I don't like him anymore. He's been stuck at home for a year now. On 8th of March, they all goes back. I think we're ready for that. Bring back COVID. Bring back AIDS. I don't give a fuck. This is too much. I'm not a teacher. I can't do GCSEs. I'm eventually dumb as a stick. And it's weird now. I've locked the door. He's not allowed in here because he was asking me, what? Oh, thanks, guys. Oh. I was asking me, what jokes did you used to say, Daddy, at school? And I was going, oh, fuck. Right. What all we had back in the 80s when I was a kid was basically too many jokes about Ethiopians and the speed they used to run with. Basically, every 80s child would be a cancelled comedian right now. Way too many fucking jokes about epileptics. Fucking, who knew? And far too many jokes about Pakistanis. But let's not go into that now because I don't really want to be a cancelled 80s comedian. What can you do with the kids, though? What's modern? You can go choo choo. What sound does the train make? Choo 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 choo. Oh, sorry, I'm just on the other channel. Oh, sorry, this is too much money. Oh, thanks. So what can you do with children though? That's the weird link. But you used to go choo 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 choo. But you can't do that today with modern. I'm sorry, but the train to London Victoria is delayed by approximately 30 minutes. Beep boo. Just waiting for the laughter there that I've realised I've lost face. What's your favourite magic trick, boys? Cups and balls. Not even Al like that one. Fuck this noise. Fuck it. I just got fat during the lockdown. I'm not going to make any effort to lose weight. I'm just going to say I'm American. Fucking hell. These are my comedic dreams. If I had a dream catcher right now, I'd be covered in bird shit. Working perfectly. I've got a split personality, which means I'm twice as fat. This is the pun section. My missus was showing off. She's got some really expensive moisturiser. All right, love, no reason to rub it in. Oh fuck, sorry, it's my neighbours. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. It's some 4 minutes 30 into this. They'll fuck off in a minute. It's been really nice being here with Pear Shape with you. A lot of missed Brian and Crystal, missed Al Mandolino. Hey, I even missed myself talking shit into a camera instead of the bus stop. So, well, they fuck off. Like and subscribe, whatever you young people do. And the first rule of Vegan Club is always keep talking about Vegan Club. Do you know what? It's been a good night. Mix me out with someone else, somebody. I've had enough. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, that there was Boyce Bailey, and we gave him a laugh there because he seemed to be worried about the silence. So we have got other laughs. Give us another laugh. Quietly, so you don't notice them. You know, we've got two more, but we'll do those later on. So. I'm sad and I'm blue. I'm lonely for you. Oh, what can I do? I'm sad and I'm blue. I'm following you. Though you haven't a clue. I'm right behind you. Oh, sticky like glue. Whenever I call, you're having a ball. That's what they always say. I'm picturing you with somebody new, dancing the night away.
Get away from my door. You're becoming a bore. I'm well aware.
Yes.
You're always there.
I'm always there for you.
Get up off your knees, or I'll call the police. I'm not under your spell.
Yes, you are.
You'll end up in a cell.
Hopefully with you, my little vixen.
Whenever you call, I hide in the hall until you've gone away. I could never go out. You're always about limping along the lane.
But I'm limping for you. What can I do?
Look, I don't want to talk.
Yes, you do.
To someone who stalks.
But we fit like a glove. I'm so much in love with those eyes, the eyes of blue.
They're green.
Your permanent hair, petrified stare, and you match my underpants too.
You're being absurd.
Because I love you.
You've not heard a word.
I hate everything.
I want nothing to do
Yes, you do.
with somebody like you.
You're just 32, I'm older than you.
You look like an old antique.
What's a decade or three between you and me?
Oh, and I think you'll start to leak.
But I'm leaking for you. What can I do?
Oh, well, I really don't know. Why don't you just go?
I'm hardly a dish, but I'm frightfully rich. Not that money could change your mind. Ching, ching.
Well, I could countenance you for a diamond or two. An iPad would be divine.
It's the perfect match.
You're quite a good catch.
She's attracted to me.
Though he's 93.
92.
Oh.
She's marrying me.
Suits me to a T. His load is great.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Fred Ferenzi. Thank you.
Well, good evening. It's great to be back. I've been doing a spot of time travelling since I last saw you. Next year awaits the laughter. If you thought last year was bad, wait till next year. Bit about me. I was born. I think we can all relate. I saw a duck on the train, didn't look right. Could have been a mallard or a Muscovy duck. Actually, I think it was an Aylesbury duck. Certainly looked depressed enough. So I shot it, took it home and cooked it in some wine. See it, slay it, sautéed. That's a pre-COVID joke. Saw something extremely funny. Come to the gig. Now, hang on a minute. Wasn't extremely funny. It was horrifically tragic. Keep getting those two confused. Jimmy Savile bought me a Mivvy. 1978, State Marital Hospital. I was working as a porter. Now, hang on a minute. It was Dennis Nielsen. Bought me a pint in 1983. Keep getting my sex monster crimes confused. Bit more about me. I like to watch ballet. When I say ballet, I mean burlesque. When I say burlesque, I mean Babe Station. When I say Babe Station, I mean online hardcore pornography. When I say online hardcore pornography, I mean old episodes of Murder, She Wrote. Keep getting those two confused. I won't be doing any jokes about Tinder or being caught by mother catching me in the coal shed in 1968 with a torch, packet of Izal toilet tissue, and a Littlewoods catalogue, pages 733 to 742, girdles, stays and corsets for the fuller figure. Funny enough, talking about Tinder, I've invented a dating app for old people, specifically for lonely old single people, to meet other lonely single old people at the kind of places lonely old single people hang out, like garden centres, Costa Coffee in Tesco stores and crematoriums. I've called it Cinder. Other subjects I won't be covering. Hi Wickham. We're here to enjoy ourselves, and I obviously am. We don't want to talk about High Wycombe. Quantum Mechanics, Practical Mechanics Monthly, Mike and the Mechanics. High Wycombe, though, what a shithole. High Wycombe was only invented so that Hemel Hempstead doesn't feel quite so bad about itself. If High Wycombe was a hot drink, it would be a lukewarm cup of tea served in a cracked mug with a lipstick stain, green lipstick. When you got to the bottom, you'd find the tea bag or something worse. Anyway, let's not talk about High Wycombe. A few years ago, a large area of High Wycombe got swallowed up by a giant sinkhole. It was immediately regurgitated. Other subjects I won't be covering: Anne Widdecombe, Danny Dyer, Katie Hopkins, Nigel Farage, Howard from the Halifax adverts, Susan Boyle, Abu Hamza, lesbians. Pipe tobacco, snuff movies, Scooby-Doo. Oh, my sex life's like Scooby-Doo. You always look forward to the next episode, but it always ends in disappointment and someone removing a mask from their head. Bit more about me. Last year I was in a one-man travelling show. Whoops, caught with his trousers down. When I say I was in a one-man travelling show, whoops, caught with his trousers down. I was in the train, on the toilet when the door lock failed. It was deeply embarrassing. But on the plus side, I got a standing ovation. And the Guardian's theatre critic gave me a 3-star review. Oh God, the antidepressants have worn off and I took an extra 2 now and I was doing shit-faced comedy tonight. Pear-shaped, I mean. Mind you, if I do a gig in High Wycombe, I take an extra 5. If I ever have to do a gig in Dunstable, I take the whole fucking packet. Trouble is with antidepressants, this is the side effects in the bedroom department. When I say the bedroom department, I mean the lock meat shed department. When I say the lock meat shed department, I mean the rhododendron bushes behind the bandstand in the park department. When I say the rhododendron bushes behind the bandstand in the park department, I mean the happy ending Thai massage parlour in the high street. The only trouble is these days there is no happy ending. My climaxes are like Southern Rail trains. They're either cancelled or so delayed I've forgotten what I'm waiting for. Can be hours late and I'm somewhere else, like at work, and they creep up on me like orgasmic ninjas. Of course, they had to let me go. You can't have a bomb disposal officer in the throes of sexual pain. I think I might be off now anyway. I think Mother loved me. I think I might have overrun my time. I think I have. Bye.
Well, I've lost track. Sorry. Because someone was meant to be here, right here, and then it's all changed.
So,
Who was that?
It's Al. Al can do a bit. Al, do you want to do
Oh,
a
it's
song?
Al.
am I going to do a bit now?
Yeah, do a bit, Al. Play a bit of music. Give us a tune.
Tune.
Is it you on the internet? That's
It's the internet.
fucking
I'm sounding
unbelievable. Huh?
You sounded. Oh, it's the internet. I'm all okay. I can only see me on the screen. Yeah, I'm fine here.
Are you?
It's
Yeah.
cutting in and out of this.
Not hearing you. Not hearing you. No.
It's
I think
your
it's
end
the
then.
stream.
'Cause
The stream's a
It's
bit
it must be the
slow.
stream.
Oh, all right.
Damn bad luck this
Okay.
week. Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the unbelievable Becky Fury. Thank you.
Hey.
Hello, hi. My name's Becky Fury. That's my real name. Furies in Greek myth, very vengeful creatures, born from drips of blood that fell from the sky when the sky god was castrated. Kind of similar to the response that got when I used it as an introduction when I went speed dating. Usually I say laugh you cunts there, but I can't hear you, so there's no point in saying that. Yeah, my name is Becky Fury. That's my real name. Like Tyson, I often get asked, is he any relation? My sister says that he's got my dad's eyes, as in they've got the same eyes, not as in they had a pikey fight and now Tyson Fury has my dad's eyes in a box under the bed in his caravan, which clearly didn't happen because obviously if my dad and Tyson Fury had had a fight, my dad would have won. Also, the last time I checked, my dad's eyes were in his face. An old guy's eyes can't be inside a box and outside a box at the same time. They're not Schrodinger's cataracts. Another similarity between me and Tyson Fury is that in the past, people didn't used to think that Tyson Fury's name was real either. I mean, I have the same issue, but I'd imagine that random men in pubs were slightly more polite when they requested that 6'7" heavyweight boxer Tyson Fury showed some ID to prove his real name than they ever were to me, Becky Fury, a 5'7" woman who looks like a dyke, who they probably won't be able to bang anyway. So, yeah, I can't deal with watching the news at the moment. I mean, I think I understand now that there's why 12 million Americans believe the world is run by lizards from the fifth dimension. Because obviously, actually, that makes a lot more sense than any of the bullshit that's going on at the moment. I mean, the world is fucked up. But at least if lizards from the fifth dimension are in charge, at least someone has a plan. It doesn't matter how nefarious it is. At least someone's in charge. I mean, I thought when we voted for Donald, well, we obviously didn't vote for Donald Trump. When Donald Trump got voted in, we were at peak cunt. But it seems that we've got quite a way to go. But we can all work together. We can actually reach the summit, and then we can all do something else. Just to sort of convince you that acting like a cunt is a good... I'm swearing a lot. I shouldn't probably... Anyway, I'm going to carry on because I like doing things that I shouldn't do. If we get to peak cunt, then we can all do something else. And I'd just like to encourage you now, if you're a bit concerned that you don't want to act like a massive cunt, just be aware, if you watch the news... cunts never get murdered, because when on the news, if someone gets murdered, the neighbour gets interviewed and they're always like, oh, they were such a nice person, they had so much to live for. They never say about they were a massive cunt, which is quite surprising considering they were murdered. I mean, there must be one at least, where the neighbour gets interviewed and he says, they got murdered. To be honest, I'm not really surprised because they were a massive cunt. I mean, they fucking owe me £10. They probably got murdered just to get out of paying me back. Right, what else have I got to talk about? I think I've got a video that I made. Let's have a look at that, because that took ages and I actually put some proper work into it.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be a boy because I realised that boys get the better toys. So with Darth Vader, you can try to change the power balance in the entire universe. With Barbie, you get to change her knickers. Right? Which would you rather? Change the structure of the universe change your pants. Change the structure of the universe, change your pants. I'd rather change both. So there has been some progress. You can now buy this book, Darth Vader and Friends. Darth Vader engaging with the little woodland animals before he hacks them all to death with his lightsaber. Darth Vader is going to embrace his lighter side. Barbie, she should embrace her darkness. And maybe, Barbie could have her own fuchsia pink Death Star that she could escape to make cupcakes in the skulls of her enemies, indulge in a little bit of cranio-bakewell therapy. If you think Barbie is a shit role model for girls, spare a thought for incels. Those guys who sit around on the internet trying to change the world but can't even change their underwear. Personally, I blame that Darth Vader toy that they all loved. Came with a change of cloak and lightsaber, but no change of underpants. Well, he did when I was playing with him. I just gave him some of Barbie's.
Becky Fury live and Becky Fury recorded, so you can analyse which was which was which, or what. It might have been the other way around to how it appeared. We had some comments, but by the way, Ava said that she would come and heckle you boys, but she's busy in the other room drinking. There we are. Yes, it's going all right now. I think the future will get better. It will not be like this forever. I think in the future the world will be a better place. People won't stand in dog poo anymore because we'll have turd immunity. Sorry. The audience is here. No one's listening, but there's someone behind the door getting control of this, So women do run the world, it's like Darth Vader over there. Good, yeah. UKIP, they're great, aren't they? Oh, they were. They were a bit sort of extreme, but they had their pluses. I sold the local UKIP party a lot of South London beer. It was a case of Pride and Prejudice. The thing is, I remember doing this gig once, and there was this man in the audience, and because I don't really do banter, but I thought, I'll because it was just before the 2005 election, and I said to them, well, is anyone standing for Parliament? Which is a sort of classic rhetorical question that you don't think anyone will have an answer to. And that this bloke said, looked at his friend and he said, he is. So I said, oh, really? What's your name? And he said, it's Gerard. I said, you can tell us who you're standing for, Gerard. He said, no. So I said, well, Gerard, I'm not getting at you. It's just, you did say you were standing and you got, whatever. But it got really nasty, and the whole actor in the room was just horrible. A bit like this, except you could hear it. So at the interval, he came up to me, and Gerard said, I said, oh, I'm sorry, Gerard, I wasn't picking on you. I was just trying to, you've got a room full of people. I thought you might want to, put your platform out there or whatever, or at least tell people who to vote for, And he said, well, I don't tell people who I'm standing for because I'm standing as the local UKIP representative. And I said, yeah, I know, but, you've got to get over your fear of people in order to, whatever your view is, and you're all part Democrat, to express it so that people can vote for you. Anyway, so Gerard went on to be the leader of UKIP, and then I realised that I'd done something really awful. Basically, I'm responsible for Brexit. Because I gave him the advice, it's like suddenly realising that you said to Hitler, oh, well, this beer hall business, you need to get yourself a bigger venue. You're doing it all wrong. You've got to scale things up, So be careful who you give promotional advice to. That's my lesson for this evening. Let's do some jokes, because nobody's laughing, not that there is anyone here. Well, you can't go anywhere much at the moment, but you know, it's been like that for years, hasn't it? I mean, I remember when you could walk across Doggerbank to Norway, and since then it's all been downhill. Good. One for the fishermen there. It'll be funny when you listen to the weather forecast, shipping forecast, whatever. Good. Gyms, yeah. I'm looking forward to gyms reopening. I feel it will be a weight that's been lifted. So that's a joke. I'm gonna quit on that. I'm gonna put the next act on. So can we have some love and appreciation, please, for 2 minutes of pattern math?
Hi, Sean.
Catherine, hello. And on behalf of us both, I would like to give a big shout out to all the people who've had to keep working through this pandemic. For example, influencers,
Yeah.
luxury good manufacturers,
Mhm.
and of course, car thieves.
Yeah.
Thanks all of you for just keeping it going, keeping things normal.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah, and all the nurses, yeah, chin up.
Yeah.
Welcome to 2 minutes of pattern math. Catherine, my question for you today, are the straights okay?
I don't think they are. I think that they're facing a lot of problems, mostly entirely of their own making. I think their culture sucks. It's really boring.
Yeah.
I think they're quite toxic now. And also, I think they've made a lot of mistakes. Every unwanted child is because of them, innit?
Yeah, I mean, as I'm listening to you, I'm acutely aware that you're talking about me.
Do you not want your kids?
I mean, yeah, I want them. I mean, I've kept them this long.
Yeah.
But I mean, it sounds very critical of what is essentially my life. It does sound a lot like you hate me. And
Well,
everything
yeah.
I stand for.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Have you got a problem with that?
I mean, I suppose. Yeah, alright. Alright.
Ladies and gentlemen, pattern math. The wonderful pattern math. They seem to be getting on so well together. They're getting on well together. Yeah.
Oh,
She likes him.
right.
When you're old and fat and tired,
Yeah.
all stressed out and wired, and standing up is just a bloody strain. The pizza on your belly is bigger than the telly, and you think, oh shit, I'm gonna have to move again.
Well, that eating stuff.
And stuff, and drinking,
And the breathing.
and the breathing, and the thinking.
All of it just
So-
fills you up with dread.
Some of that just fills me up with dread. Yeah,
The dog ain't walking.
yeah, the dog fucking next walking, and you won't stop talking, will you? Okay, I'm going back to bed.
Yeah. You wake up every morning
I'll wake up,
exhausted and yawning.
yeah, exhausted, and I'm yawning, and somehow I don't think I've had any rest.
No, well, I suppose it's difficult to sleep when you're lying in a heap
Yeah, it
with
is.
a couple of empty beer crates on your
Yeah,
chest.
I think that's what it is. It's the beer crates, the empty ones.
Yeah, just lately,
Yeah.
I've been thinking
No.
you could give up drinking.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, and you wouldn't then be such a slob, would you?
Are you saying I'm a slob?
Yeah. You could try a bit of early riding, a bit of exercising.
Oh, yeah. No, fuck that. Sounds too much like a job. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing any of that.
You know what the problem is with this song?
What's the... yeah,
It needs a chorus, doesn't it?
yeah, it hasn't got a chorus, but yeah.
Well, you should write one for us. You're always saying that you think you're some kind of bard.
Yeah.
Are you too knackered, are you?
Well, I borrowed from the local pub. Well, it doesn't
Well, that's
matter.
because last night you got lacquered, didn't you?
I got lacquered, yeah.
We decided
Well,
that.
both of us, we got lacquered. You got lacquered and I got lacquered and we got lacquered. And do you know what we did? A rest. Because I think just we worked so hard, and we worked so hard on this material and everything for this particular podcast thing. So I'm worn out. I'm worn out. Don't know what to
Shall I
do.
put the antipoet on then?
I think you should put the anti-poet on. And that's just what I need now, the poem.
Poetry, ladies and gentlemen, poetry. People think it's quite easy to write poetry. You just sit down and go, blah, 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 Bob's your uncle, and it's done. But it's not that way, is it?
No?
No, it's not that easy.
No.
Usually, one piece of poetry alludes to one thought, but not in the case of this particular piece. No, this was one of those occasions where I had started a piece based on Tomorrow's World. That was it. It was Tomorrow's World where we started. Do we remember Tomorrow's World, ladies and gentlemen? Yes. Oh, Michael Rodd, James Burke, the Vorderman, Carol Vorderman. Who else was it?
Han, Susan, something like
Judith Han, yeah, all those people.
thank you.
What have all these people got in common, ladies and gentlemen? Lying bastards! That's what they've got in common. They'd come on a Thursday evening, post Top of the... Were they before Top of the Pops or after Top of the Pops?
After.
After Top of the Pops they would come on, so that would technically be post Top of the Pops.
Yes.
The post Top of the Pops Thursday night programme, BBC One. They'd come on there and they'd tell us all about these fucking inventions they'd made that week, all the things that they reckon they'd come up with. It was all a load of shit, because none of it happened. We're in the 21st century now, and they told us that happened in the 20th century.
Indeed.
When were they saying this? Was it the 19th? I can't remember. It was a long time ago. So, started writing poetry about Tomorrow's World. Got so far in, got bored, put it to one side, thought, come back to that. Started writing a poem about the fact that pubs seem to be closing. They were, at that point, they were closing at a rate of 500,000 in Blackpool alone in 1 week, weren't they? Now, they're fucking well all shut. There's not a pub, you can't get a beer in Blackpool anymore, because everything's... And anywhere, in fact, all the pubs are now shut. Boris could have opened them a little bit earlier and given them a chance, but no, he doesn't use pubs.
Mail order beer.
Mail order beer, yes.
Yeah, it doesn't really work, does it?
No. It's not the same thing at all, is it? Because it arrives broken, doesn't it? Like everything else that you order online. Yeah, that's it.
It's all just didn't arrive.
Anyway, started writing that poem. Got bored. Put it to one side. Thought, come back to it on another day.
Then you thought you'd do a poem about your failed attempt to be a pop star in the 80s.
When you say failed...
Oh.
Is it failed if I'm still getting PRS?
Ah, well.
It's not technically.
No.
That's how I got through lockdown, ladies and gentlemen. PRS. It was very kind of them. Yeah. Anyway, started writing a poem about that. Got bored. Put it to one side. Thought we'll come back to that. Short of a poem for an album, we thought, okay, we've got some bits. Let's put them all together.
Put them all together.
In the same way that this intro is several bits put together, because I can't remember how it goes. Once he's edited it, yeah, and taken me out altogether. Anyway, this is that piece. It's an amalgamation of three things that should keep you interested 3 times as much. This is called Sign Off the Fucking Times. Oh, and it's got a really lovely bass line right at the beginning that shows what a great jazz bass player it is, and I'm not supposed to talk over it because apparently it ruins it.
Every time.
It's the 21st century. We're living in, whether we like it or not. Though it isn't the future, we'd hope to see it's the one that we bloody well got. It should all be robots and jetpacks and clones and silver jumpsuits by now. Driverless cars, timeshares on Mars. Tomorrow's World said we'd know how. We were expecting our future to be from sci-fi and fantasy hewn. All rolling pavements and pills for our food, a retirement plot on the moon. Instead we've been cheated, bankrupted and fleeced, and we're on this austerity drive. Forced to diversify just to get by, we've all had to adapt to survive. That's why we're playing Gimp Night down at the Fighting Cocks. They got whips and chains and bondage and the fondle box. The swingers have the basement, there are poets in a snug. All in the hope to buy some beer in a straight glass or a jug. So we'll do Gimp Night down at the Fighting Cocks. It's tranny night on Sundays for the men in frocks. Every first Tuesday they hand you fights. It's just for Christian karaoke or pop quiz. Nice. Sorry, I'm just seeing his beard sticking out from under his mask. When I was young, a review said to me, this boy, he's gonna go far. He straddles a line between madness and genius. He is a natural born star. Well, was my oyster, I would have been rich. What he'd predicted to come through. I'd have been touring the globe. I'd have been someone not nobody standing here talking to you. Nothing's turned out quite how we thought it might. Our best laid plans all came to naught. So we'll do what we must do like everyone else, because we've all got bills to pay out. Swine are not precious about the gigs that we do. We play strip club, shop windows, cafes. We bust in the street just so that we can eat. He'll do anything as long as it pays.
Yeah, it's a good point, actually.
So we'll play Gimp Night down at the Fighting Cocks, where the landlord's into the spirit taking cattle prod shocks. There are jelly wrestling virgins out on the patio. There's a black mass in the function room, so the lights are down low. They want us for Gimp Night down at the Fighting Cocks. They got every fetish catered for with a free glass of hock. On Thursdays it's the sewing circle, but not every third. That's when the real perverts show up for a night of spoken word. They're doing a Gimp Night down at your local pub. They serve pints and shots and measures and lubricants by the tub. It might not be traditional like dance, but they gotta thrive. And it's keeping them in business and turns like us alive. Oh yes, it's Gimp Night down at the Fighting Cocks. So grab yourself a mask and a pint and some PVC jocks. It's Gimp Night down at the Fighting Cocks. It's a sign of the times.
Last all about chimes.
Well, it's better than tenner-penny covers by churning out second-hand rock. Leave it, mate. It's not worth it.
Sorry, wrong gig.
I was just saying, I was just looking at who was watching us, because you can see now who is watching. It's like one of those Crofton Perry sitcoms in reverse, you know. So that you have been watching, you are being watched by, which is slightly disturbing. But that's Facebook for you. It's magic. You put in your date of birth, and it tells everybody your birthday and how old you are, and then they all steal your identity. It's marvellous. I don't know why someone didn't think of it before. Good. So this is entertainment, by the way, like the great Harry Potter saga, where we discovered at the end that although he is a bit weird, he would have been better off in a mainstream school. There's other things you do for fun, like in Iran they have a National Nuclear Day, or they used to. Little kids would have an isotope and spoon race, and after that they have a three-legged race. Good, so, well, they probably don't do anything at the moment because of COVID, but there we are. I've been on tour, where I went to the other room and poured over a drink. So that's about as exciting as it gets at the moment, isn't it? I'm going to put an act on, because that's my other function, and I don't want to overdo what I'm doing. So can we have some love and appreciation, please, for Elsie Harris?
Elise.
Elise.
Without the burdock root, there would be no fantasy literature. When you see burdock, you know it's Friday. We all know at least one person addicted to burdock root. In Norse mythology, burdock created the world. 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy, 3 for burdock. In the 1950s, there was a very famous television show that revolved around the misadventures and adventures of Burdock. Burdock was the weapon of choice for almost every duel fought in the 1700s. Decimalisation would not have occurred if it were not for Burdock. When we speak of Burdock, we speak in hushed tones. The key ingredient of Coco Chanel's famous perfume Chanel No. 5 is, of course, Burdock. Without Burdock, there would be no enlightenment. You can hold Burdock very many ways. There is only one right way. Burdock.
Cut in there.
Stay alert! 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 Stay alert!
Give her a Stay on that last thing. I can use this. And that Jesus, right? Jesus, it would have been shit on Twitter, wouldn't it? Eh? Only got 12 followers. A friend of mine who died last week. My mate died. It's really upsetting. Yeah, you see, 1 minute, life and soul of the party. Next minute, it's fucking blonde. Arian nearly died today when the book of Scottish poetry fell off a shelf and smashed her head in. She's been treated for burns.
There's a lot of death in this.
Yeah, there is a lot of death. There's a lot of death. But as a Catholic, I pray that one day something's going to happen that's not my fucking fault. All the way from fucking LA. Wow. I don't know where it is, LA. It's all the way from there. He's over there right now. Ladies and gentlemen, please give him a big round of applause. Give him a laugh before he starts, right? Because I'll build his confidence up.
Wait.
Yeah.
Now say his name.
His name is Carl Parker. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that wonderful intro. I've never had an intro that good before. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm Californian. Yeah, I live in Pasadena from Orpington originally. I moved over here 10 years ago because for criminal reasons, and also Orpington wasn't quite cutting it. So came over here. I understand there may be as many as 20 people watching this right now, right? And I don't know what ratio percentage that is of the current global usage of internet users, but I'm guessing it's probably somewhere between 12 and 17%. It's got to be high. I'm impressed with these numbers, right? Because this is the internet. The fact that there's 20 of you is fucking amazing. Think about the competition, okay? Any knowledge request you have could be instantly satisfied, can't it? You could put on a compilation of cream pies or the entire Scorsese back catalogue. The fact that you're here watching me means that you think that I might be better than Scorsese. And the fact that I pulled my own headphones out of my ears when I did that just proves how right you are. Yeah. Yeah, so a bit of a mixed bag for me, really. I've been doing this for 23 fucking years. So you probably heard that, and now you're thinking, wow, you've been a comedian for 23 years. I've never heard of you. You must be shocking the shit. Mum, come and see this comedian. It's going to be fucking terrible. Because we like that, don't we? If you're really bad, that's interesting, is it? Just to be shit isn't good enough. But if it's really, really bad, look at Formula One. Probably one of the most least popular of all sports. Maybe 1 in 50 sport fans love Formula One. But as soon as there's like a multi-crash pile up with like 7 or 8 cars, you know, in Monte Carlo one year, each car costing about 50 million, well, we all like Formula One then, don't we? Yes, good. I'm glad that no one's laughing, because otherwise I can pretend you are and not hate myself after the show. So this is actually better than live work, I think. Yeah, mixed bag from me, really. You'll get a bit of everything. You'll get like some topical stuff and some puerile stuff and some clever stuff and maybe something that's even funny. Who knows? But it's going to be a bit different. Something might be hack. For example, I'm 47 years old and I sat on one of my testicles quite recently. So yeah, it sounds like, you know, a kind of familiar trope, doesn't it? Well worn path, isn't it? Middle-aged man with long balls. Also could be one of the puerile jokes you're thinking, but actually I was reading Kafka when I did it, so it's one of the clever ones. So you'd be wrong there, wouldn't you? Yeah. That's the irony. As your balls get bigger, they become more deficient. They work less well, don't they? That's fucking such a sad irony. They get so big you need a fucking papoose for them. But like when you come, you barely need a tissue. It's so sad. They used to work well. I mean, I've got a child. I can prove it. My balls once worked. Well, she's not a child. She's 19. She's nearly 20. My little girl, Georgia. We're very close, I've got to say. Do anything for my little girl. She asked me recently, she said, Dad, can you help me find a job? I was like, yeah, okay. What sort of area do you want to work in? She said, well, I've always liked to work with animals. So made some phone calls, called in some favours. I got a replacement at a butcher's. And, oh, fuck me. The complaining. We're going to pretend that went well and keep moving. She's a member of Extinction Rebellion, which is impressive to me. That my daughter, of all the children, my daughter would be a member of Extinction Rebellion, that my daughter would lay down in the middle of a busy London thoroughfare to protect Mother Earth. It's incredible that Georgie would do that, because you try getting her to turn a light off when she leaves the fucking room. You need a firearm or a hypnotist, or a hypnotist with a firearm. It's not easy, is what I'm trying to say. She doesn't make good decisions either. She's got three. Where's the camera? There. 3 face tattoos, right? 3 face tattoos. She's pretty hardcore for a young, pretty girl who's not even out of her teens yet. And I cried for the first 2. I did. I wept big, wet fucking tears. By the time she got the 3rd one, I was fine with it, actually. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Carry on. Seriously. It's going to save me a fortune on a wedding. Carry on. Good. I heard somebody sigh there, so that's handy. Moved to LA. I left. Oh, I didn't even start my timer. Ha ha ha! Professional. So yeah. An ironic laugh. I'll take it. I'll fucking take it. So I relocated, as I said. I had 2 choices. I was either going to move to Singapore or Los Angeles. In the end, Los Angeles swayed it for me because, you know, obviously weed's legal, so that's fucking awesome. Made my lockdown pretty good, I'm not going to lie. And Singapore, they don't have their priorities right for me in Singapore. I don't really understand the structure of laws over there. You can go to jail for possession of chewing gum. But if you want to bring a bevy of 14-year-old hookers back to your hotel room and bang them all night, you carry on. That's fucking fine, apparently. So I went to LA where the weed is. Been here for 10 years. I never could have predicted what was going to happen recently, obviously. It was an awful shit show. Thank God he's out of office, finally. I mean, you know, it was a surprise at the end when we all saw the riots at the Capitol building. I mean, who fucking amongst us, could ever predicted that a presidency held by a racist, 4-time bankrupt, compulsive, lying, science-denying, nepotistic, narcissistic, serial sex case criminal and traitor would end so badly? We couldn't have seen that coming at all, could we? Right? Nobody knew that was going to happen. And I'm frequently surprised by things in America. People always do the hacky comparisons with our language. The only one that really gets me is their word for toilet, which is fucking restroom. Right? If you try and ask in a bar, excuse me, where's the loo? I just look at you blankly. I don't know. Where's the toilet? They don't know, right? Restroom, you have to acclimatise to them. And the thing is, I don't really go into many toilets, even pre-COVID. The only toilets I ever saw were like in dive bars or in like shitty late night takeaways, like the worst kind of toilets, overflowing with bangers and mash with piss on the floor and maybe someone's fucking finger on the side. It's really great. No one's resting in there, right? No one's fucking lying down in there on purpose, are they? Good. I'm glad you like that one. 4th of July is coming up, which is always difficult as a Brit in the States to 4th of July because you get invited to every single fucking barbecue, so you can be patronised historically for something you wasn't even involved in, you know. So it's very, very annoying. Very boring abuse as well. I don't like abuse and it's tedious, you know. We kicked your ass, Liney. Ha ha ha, you guys suck. It's that kind of shit. We kicked your ass. And every year it's the same shit, I get, right? And last year I'd had enough. I actually spoke up for myself at one of these barbecues. Some fucking meathead shouting, "We kicked your ass, Liney." I said, "No, I'm afraid you didn't." "Yeah, we did. American War for Independence, man. We kicked Britain's ass." I said, "I'm afraid you did not. That's not historically accurate." "We kicked your ass, man." I said, "I'm sorry, you did not. The American War for Independence is the war between the British and the British colonists. So no, you didn't beat us. We beat us." And when they work it out, fuck me, things get nasty. They said, "If it wasn't for America, you'd all be speaking German." I said, "Yes, possibly. If it wasn't for England, there wouldn't be an America as we know it today, which means you'd still be speaking English, only better." I shall leave you one story. I nearly got lynched at a gig in San Diego about a year ago. It was all libertarians, and there was like just one fucking group of red MAGA-hatted cunts, right? It was sitting at the front. And they were shouting all through the show, right? And they wouldn't shut the fuck up, and I had to give them attention, otherwise the gig wasn't going to end. And I turned to them and I said, like, what's your fucking problem, guys? And they wanted to ask me a question. They wanted to know my opinion on stuff for some reason. It's important. And I said, "What do you think of the wall? What do you think of the wall?" And then I said, be honest with you, that's I think one of the good things he's got right. I think the wall's a good idea. I like the wall. And like, the libertarians in the room fucking turned against me, and this little group of MAGAs like, "I said, yeah, I like the wall because like with a border wall, you've got a clearly defined border, haven't you? It's not just like a field that stops being Mexico and becomes America. You've got a clearly defined border. That's America, that's Mexico. Now fuck off, right? You know exactly where you are." I just think it's a terrible shame they didn't put that wall up 200 years ago before America stole California, New Mexico, and Texas. Because if Mexico had been able to keep hold of their own oil wealth, maybe they wouldn't be climbing into your country to pick fruit to feed their kids. This might just be your fucking fault. Anyway, when they worked it out, things got nasty. Right, well, anyway, I wasn't really expecting a huge crescendo at the end of the show. I'm just... If there's one of you left out there, just one of you, I'll have to assume that there's probably something wrong with you. You should probably find out where you are and get a doctorate. Anyway, but thank you, Brian, for this opportunity. My name's Cole. Good night.
Oh, power, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Very marvellous. Well done, Cole. That was great.
Cheers.
Yeah. Oh. So, I think we've sort of vaguely survived because the internet seems to be in and out and fucking up and down and stopping and starting and all over the place. So, you never know. We'll see. I'll be doing I'll be editing this.
I think it's just our computer.
It might just be us. Yeah, the last time it all went wallopy, apparently it went out okay, but it was all over the place from the movie.
Well, cool.
Well, thank you. It was a pleasure, and thank you. And you were just as powerful as you were 20 years ago when you came up on the stage and fucking shoved it up their arses.
That was the Stockwell Comedy Club. That had fucking razor wire around the top of the building.
The Oval Comedy. The Oval Comedy Club, which was the pre what's it to the Pear shaped.
Yeah.
Anthony knows.
Prequel.
The prequel. It was the prequel.
Right, so let's just do the roll call before we get nostalgic.
Yeah. Right. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the roll call. The very first actor you saw at the evening was
Robert White.
Robert White.
This is not real. This is not real. This can't be real.
Robert White. Listen, that was. Sorry, I had to squeeze that bit in. Robert White, and he was followed by. Hang on, Anthony there is a co-compare. He's got to do something. Otherwise he's sitting there and I don't know why I fucking bother to turn up tonight. Hang on, I'll do it again.
Boys Bailey.
Anthony! You're not fucking listening, are you? Boys Bailey! I think we're a bit... What? Yeah, thank you, boys. Thank you. Your neighbours, they look like the kind of neighbours that you deserve. Rich! Followed by...
Fred Frenzy!
Fred, where are you? Where's Fred? Where is he? Where?
Below you.
Hello, Fred. Yeah, well done. That was very nice. I hope the depression sorts itself out because these things sort themselves out. Right. All right. I reckon it's right. Yes, we can now.
That's where why.
The thing I forgot to mention before we started this show is we can't all talk at the same time because it won't work. So when I'm talking, fucking shut up. Yeah, that's what I mean. But what the fuck are we talking about?
Roll call. We're doing a roll call.
Yeah, I'd say that was Fred Frenzy. Thank you. Give him a laugh, Fred. He needs to fucking cheer him up. Get him off. Yeah, Fred, this is for you. And he was followed by
Al Mandolino.
Al, you sounded fucking terrible tonight.
I know.
Last week you sounded fantastic, but tonight I don't know whether it was you or my internet. But
maybe it's just hopefully it's all okay up in cyberspace and it'll edit okay.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah. Personally, as a lapsed Catholic, I don't have that much hope.
No.
I'll try. I'll see.
Followed by
Anthony.
Becky
Fury! Where is she?
Oh, she's got a big cock.
She's got a big cock. Yes, she has. Becky, well done.
Sorry,
Was that yours?
What?
Or a simulation? The big cock.
I don't know. What are we talking about?
Was that her?
It was a picture of a big cock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we mentioned your name and this enormous cock showed up on the screen.
That's pretty standard.
Really, I think everything is going to plan, really. It's a bit too fucking slick for my liking. So, Becky Fury, and she was followed by...
2 mins of pat and math.
2 mins of pat and math. One of our favourite couples. They only perform for 2 minutes at a time, which a lot of couples have that problem. But they invariably end up not liking each other. So you're going to
be showing a lot. Hi, Sean.
Yeah.
Catherine, hello, and Hat. Welcome. 2 minutes of Batman. Catherine,
Yeah,
what is your favourite colour?
purple. I love purple. I like it. It's great.
Purple?
Yeah.
Wrong.
Why is it wrong? How's it wrong? What's wrong with it?
It's wrong, isn't it? Purple. The right answer, in case you're wondering, any colour except purple. Why have you picked purple?
I like yellow as well.
Yeah, don't try and backtrack now. It's the courage of your conviction. Man up.
Okay.
Why do you like purple?
I'm just drawn to it. You know, like a bull to a red rag. You know, like a moth to a yellow flame.
See?
Like a Catherine to something that's purple.
All right. Well, you're still wrong. Interesting fact, though, now you've mentioned purple, a lot of people say purple doesn't rhyme with anything.
No, I don't think it does actually, does it?
Yeah, it does.
What?
Turple.
That's not a word, though.
Yeah, it is.
What does it mean?
It's like a wolf, but abroad.
Where abroad?
Several places. Purple.
Well, what does that mean?
A house.
What? What kind of house? Where?
Abroad.
Okay. What's your favourite colour?
Black.
Oh, okay.
They were much funnier earlier on. I don't know where they've gone wrong. It's all so they obviously don't rehearse them like us, because we rehearse all the time, don't we? And yeah, so that was happening. And then what you need after all that entertainment is a bit of fucking poetry.
Yeah.
We had the anti-poet. Yeah! And after the poetry, you need fucking entertainment again. So we had the one and only Elise Harris, ladies and gentlemen. Elise Harris, who was I've never seen Burdock in real life. That opened my eyes, that did, and it alerted me to Cole Parker, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from LA. What does LA stand for? LA. What's LA when it's at home? It's not a foreign, isn't it? Like purple.
Yeah. I don't know. You just suddenly put me back on stage. Is that what's happening now? I don't know what's happening. I'm just suddenly all this really powerful indicas hitting me at once actually, and like I'm seeing all of you coming towards me at great speed. It's quite interesting. Oh, and 3 of you have merged. Right. Oh, boys, I'll see you in about an hour.
Yeah.
I'll be up at 3.
Actually, it's all over. We're in.
We've done the roll call. We have to do the outro first.
All right. Yeah. So it's all over, and this will set the outro.
I can't find it.
Oh, God.
There it is.
Did you say it's in Dystopia?
Yeah, that's right.
Where the hell is Dystopia?
Well,
I wonder, I know where Fitzrovia is.
Yes, we all know
There
that.
used to be a comedy club there called Pear-Shaped in Fitzrovia.
Yes. Well, if you'd let me get a word in edgewise.
Pear-Shaped. It's just a favour to come in. And we hope that you'll be coming back again to Pear-Shaped in Dystopia. Every Wednesday night at 8:30. Every Wednesday night at 8:30.
The show is over, but we're still broadcasting. Broadcasting, but we're in the green room now.
Everyone can see the magic behind the scenes.
The behind the scenes, yes. Our internet's been going up really badly, so we've got
this
everybody's
shit
been
down,
disjointed. So.
Oh, it ran very well from here. I could see it all.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's just we could keep cutting in and out.
There we are. Just put my friends back in.
Oh, God.
Anyway,
I got my fans back.
That was fucking hilarious, boys. Thank you.
Oh,
That was great,
thank you
everyone.
very
That's
much.
been my first week for a year. That was really enjoyable. And thank everybody for coming along as well and watching at home. Thank you so much. I like you. You guys are great. It's just, I'm getting really LA in you. Like, we could do a hug now, but I get punched, wouldn't I? Someone asked me, someone actually fucking asked me if we have interventions back in the UK. I was asked to attend an intervention and I wouldn't do it because I think it's
For this, we fucking should have.
Oh, mate. But yeah.
To me, it was really fucking stressful because our internet was shit through most of it. It just kept dropping out and slowing down and falling apart. But then I kind of remember the last time that happened, when I downloaded it, it was fucking fine. Just me being exploding with worry, you know? So... Thank you very much. You've all been...
Becky Fury,
I'm sure...
Becky a question.
Go on.
Becky, what was in that bowl?
What was that in there?
You had a bowl. You had some massive, really looking, interesting bowl. I wonder if there was something in it that was interesting. What is it?
With my dinner.
What was it? Just dinner? Or was there like anything?
No, yeah, drugs. Just to get me through to the end of this.
Was you eating it out of a pan, or did you put it on a plate?
You do your drugs how you like, sir.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Some ladies do
well,
it
I
like
don't know how you do more drugs in America, but this is how we do it.
These are illegal. This is fine. This isn't even a drug anymore. That's like, you know, you've actually got like a fucking big old smack down there. It looks yum.
Intended.
I should remind you, in case you start slagging anybody off, that it's still going out.
Oh, in that case, then I'd like to say fuck you, Chester Constable.
I thought Ellie was lovely. I thought she was brilliant. Actually, one of the funniest things I ever seen. Boys, do you remember Tammy Stone?
Yeah, I miss her. What happened to her?
Yeah, God knows. She had some kind of psychiatric breakdown.
Oh, she should get booked here.
Yeah. Yeah, at least.
Yeah, we'll kill her.
Brilliant. Burdock. Oh.
I liked her cock. Who had the cock? Was that you, Becky? Someone suddenly fucking threw a massive cock at us out of nowhere.
Oh, that was Becky's, yes.
Oh, there you go.
About this.
Sorry. Hey, there you go.
Yeah. I was wondering where I left that.
Was that embarrassing to buy? Or did you order it? You must have ordered it, right?
It'd be nice to be able to pass it through screens, but unfortunately we can't. That'd be good.
Well,
Hand it up
COVID, isn't it?
that way. To voice it.
Or keep your cocks to yourself these days.
I think after your video, Becky, I think you could probably animate it for the next one.
Oh, okay.
So wriggling along.
Animate it. And you go, you know, I'm a bloke. Yeah.
Been quite adult this week, then, hasn't it? Really?
It was.
Sorry. You want something more childish?
Because
phallic things.
We're trying to get the child molester crowd involved. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Still doing that?
Fuck yeah. I want to get on the BBC.
Anthony, that was superb this evening, sir, by the way. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Your deadpan self-deprecation.
I'm enjoying watching you enjoying your drugs as well.
Do you know what? It's just, I wish I had less of a tolerance. It's just fucking ridiculous these days, really. But still, that's how much we live in California.
Well, I have that problem with alcohol.
Oh, really?
You just get tolerant to it, don't you?
I just couldn't buy weed anymore in the UK. Just some really terrifying teenager would turn up on a bike and charge me like 20 quid for a fucking crumb. And it was like,
Is that why you moved to LA then? The only reason?
It's not the only reason, but I tell you what, Get me here. I give it I give it 33%.
Fine now before you do anything else.
Yeah. A strong 25% of it. Maybe. I have a disorder. It keeps me safe.
Okay.
Stops the voices, you know.
That's so. Okay.
Okay, well, there's only 3 people left watching.
Yeah, everybody else has given.
4. It's gone up to 4. Thank you to everybody who stayed with us to the end. I'm going to end the broadcast, but Axe, if you want to stay in the green room, you're quite welcome to.
So that means we can slag everybody off now. The broadcast has ended.
We'll be ending the second.